Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video and hope you guys are doing well today. And it's been a minute since I've done like a little video where I kind of sit down and don't pre-plan it and don't script it and just, talk the talk. And yeah, so I wanted to talk about Enhancement Shaman because it was one of those things that a lot of people didn't understand why I wanted to go Enhancement Shaman in phase one. And, even I said it wasn't particularly good and you're going to have issues and all that sort of stuff. And I really don't. I want to look back on it now and regret my decision a little bit because Enhanced Shami has been like the most fun. I've so enjoyed it. I've actually been putting numbers in raid. Currently, like have a couple of rank ones in 10-man passes. Overall, I'm competing with just the upper echelon of like top 10 enhancement chamois in the world, and I've loved every minute of it. And some of the things that I thought would be big issues have turned not to be. So I just wanted to talk about it really, and kind of, well, one of the things I wanted to do was go back on what I said in previous videos that like about Enhancement Chamois and how, I just don't think they're very good. I think they need buffs to be competitive and all this sort of stuff. It's just not true. They're absolutely fine. Like, they aren't the biggest DPS in the world. They have their moments where they can be exceptionally good, but I'm not falling massively behind other DPS in heroic raiding. And, these people are also hitting rank ones for their class, so it's not like I'm playing with bad players either. But I've loved it. I've loved every minute of it. There's still some things that annoy me with it. Searing Totem just should have like an assist button, like attack my target or something. If we could do that, that'd be great. Having to put Searing Totem down after I've hit the boss once to make sure it actually hits the target, again, really annoying. I'd still like to see something done with Fire Elemental. It just doesn't do anything for us as Enhance. And then if you ever move, so fights like Ascendant Council where you kite in the last phase, it's just useless because you have to put your totems down every couple of seconds and it's just really annoying. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the loot in this phase absolutely sucks for us. We have one weapon option on heroic and it literally drops off Nef heroic, which is like renownedly one of the hardest, if not the hardest heroic of the tier. So it's not all swings and roundabouts, so it's not all perfect, but it has been great and I have loved every minute of it and would happily play more. Anyone who's known me for a little while now knows that Ellie tended to be my go-to spec for Shami. I could play Enhance and Resto, but Ellie was really the spec that I played Enhance for. And I'll be honest, this phase I have an Ellie, I have a Resto. They're both on other characters. I play all three, and Enhance for me is just the best. Like, I love it. It really is my favorite spec at the moment. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's like some of the fights, it's been absolutely really, really strong. On Ascendant Council's actually one of them in the first phase. There's a buff that allows you to do more damage to targets, and it's based on how many times you hit the target, not anything else. So, as an enhancement chamois that hits probably the fastest in the game, that's a really, really nice buff, and we can do some silly amounts of damage with that. Halfus is just incredible. You spread your flame shocks out to everything and blow it up. What are some good fights? Cho'Gall, I do a lot of like utility stuff on Cho'Gall where I could probably do a lot more damage on that fight, but the damage I do is really helpful for the group. One thing I have found that's been amazing for Enhance is Healing Rain. Actually, like, or I say Healing Rain, but just like off healing in general. There's quite a lot of times where I'm using my Maelstroms just to heal people, and during prog, that's obviously something that is invaluable. During reclears, like once we've killed it a couple of times, we've got the gear, we can just AFK through the boss. Then that'll obviously change. That won't be happening. But right now, I mean, just doing what you do to get through bosses, a 1 minute 30 seconds, 1 minute cooldown, 30% DR cooldown, also kind of nuts. You also have to remember that Spirit Wolves gives you healing. And I've just changed my spec actually today, ready for Sinestra. We've got 2 bosses left to prog, where I'm running a spec that just takes so much, like so little damage, and has an extra 15% healing received. Sorry, 10% healing received. It's just nuts. Like, Shami just is so versatile in what it can bring. So yeah, I mean, like I said, this wasn't really, I didn't really have anything major I wanted to say. Other than if anyone's put you off playing a class because it's not viable, or a spec because, you know, no one's going to bring you because this is better, just play it. Like, this isn't meant to be a motivational speech or anything like that, but just go and play it. Have fun with it. I promise you. If you play a spec you really enjoy and you want to maximize it, you can do it. And there's nothing that is so bad other than Frost Mage in PvE. There is nothing that is so bad that it's just unplayable. You know, I give someone a lot of grief for playing Single-Minded Fury. And if you've been around Scott and Scott's channel and Kick, or, you know, you've been around the community for a little while, you'll probably know who it is. But, you know, I give him a lot of grief. But realistically, I've also seen them pull numbers, right? Like, there's fights, there's times where it's viable. And if you aren't trying to push for, like, those world firsts where you want to be stacking certain classes and playing the best of everything, you can kind of get away with a lot. And just, like, you know, as long as you're pulling good numbers for your spec, you'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, I kind of want to know what you guys have been playing. How has it worked out for you? Have you enjoyed it? Any re-rolls? Something that I'm pretty known for is re-rolling very quickly, but I ain't going anywhere for enhancement at this point. I've been arena-ing. I've been, like I said, pushing prog. I'm now on 11 or 13 at the moment. We're getting back into kill Sinestro tomorrow. My eye level is 362. You know, my gear is just kind of wild at the moment. But yeah, I've had a great old time. So, wasn't much left for this video. It was just literally just talking to you guys and seeing, you know, just letting you guys know how Enhanced got on for me, and that if you want to play a class or a spec, you should just absolutely do it, and have a good time with it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed. More videos coming soon, and yeah, peace.